Hello race fans, and welcome to the Gravity Chaos Rallycross event. My name is Aaron Take.
And this is Richard Gere. Race fans, this is the beginning of a brand new series of Rallycross racing that will feature two tracks. One here in the United States in Colorado, and the other one all the way around the world in New Zealand. We have 32 drivers from many different areas, and they've all come to challenge both tracks and see who will have the highest score, which is cumulative over several rounds of racing on both tracks.
And we begin today with the first 11 of the 32. In a time trial race, we will be establishing who is at the top of the pole and what the order is according to their finish time.
Okay, race fans, well, that's a lot to take in. And look who's first. From the Essex Boys Racing, we have Strike driving a 1984 Audi Quattro Sport. And he's made his way now onto the Mesa Butte. He spins, wow, a full 360. But he's over the jump and so far looking pretty good. Makes his way onto runway 3. And if you're not familiar with this course, we're going to go through the mountains, we're going to go down a runway, we're going to come around the Big U and onto the Scrambler. And this is the biggest challenge of all. And Strike comes through beautifully.
Of the three runs, Strike establishes his best time at 27.023.
Yes, as Aaron correctly stated, these drivers have 3 opportunities to post their best time. And the next one up is from NZ Racing. You're looking at Big Mike. He is driving a Honda Civic Si. Ooh, he spins backwards. Now he's forward. I guess that's one way to do it as he makes his way past the drift, around the S-turns, under the tunnel, and now onto runway 3. He's cruising around the Big U and onto the Scrambler. Look at him, just back and forth.
Big Mike slides on through with a 26.134.
All right, now our third driver up at the top here is Dutch Vandershift with Dutch Clutch Racing, and he's driving that 1973 BMW 3.0 CSL. Ooh, a nice drift, and look how well he navigates around over the train jump and through the S-turns. That's looking pretty good. Now onto the runway. He's holding a good line. We do want to let you know that he actually flipped over here on the Scrambler the first 2 times, but look at him come through and he has a blazing time.
Dutch Vandershift sets the pole with a 24.357.
And next up from Puff's Racing, we have Puff in the number 17 Subaru WRX STI. And here he comes now onto the Mesa Butte. What a nice drift, and he gains a lot of time, no doubt. Over the train jump, that was just beautiful. And here he comes down the runway. Getting a little loose, but now coming into the Big U. And he finished his first 2 times. This was the second run. He battles the Scrambler, but finishes forward.
Puff clocks a 26.602.
Now, back up at the top is the number 20 from EP Videos. This is Big Cat. And he's driving a 1998 Subaru Impreza 22B STI. Look at that drift. Wow. That is a smash and crash around the Mesa Butte, now through the S-turns, but he's got a lot of speed going. Down the runway, look at that nice smooth straight line. Is going to really propel him around the Big U. Oh, what a gorgeous finish.
And Big Cat takes over the top of the pole with a 23.749.
That was impressive. And now, ladies and gentlemen, you're meeting the man who goes from the coffin straight into the race car. It's Mr. Dark with dubious diecast, driving that 1968 Mercury Cougar. My goodness, he comes sliding in fast. He slowed up a little bit after the drift turn, but now he's cruising along through the S-turns. And I like how he's accelerating so quickly, back up to speed. And around the Big U he goes. He finished 2 of his 3 runs. Ooh! And this was his second one, and here he comes through. And with a very faded time.
Yeah, we had to tell the crew to hit that box, and he finished with a 25.807. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go to commercial break.
Race fans, we're going to pick it back up here with already racing is Slick Kitty with Stupid Fish Racing in a 68 Mercury Cougar. A nice drift there, a spin around. People are loving to do the cartwheels on the drift pad. But look at that, as Slick Kitty has a nice slick ride down the runway. And Slick Kitty finished twice. Of the 3 times, this was the second one, barrel rolling in, but coming through sub 25.
Slick Kitty is near the top of the pole with a 24.731.
Coming to us from Missouri and Ozark Mountain Speedway Racing, we've got JB. And JB's driving this 98 Subaru Impreza. Oh, what a nice drift. Now he's backwards. Now we don't see too many people driving backwards and doing well on the rest of the course, but take a look at JB motoring along. Remember, this was his best time. He finished 2 of the 3 times. I think this was, his last race.
That's right, and he comes through with a 25.760 right in the middle of the pack.
Not bad for driving backwards. Okay, look at that gorgeous yellow. That's a Volvo. And we've got Spirit of 64 Racing. It is Randy Sertley. 94 Volvo Estate. Good drifting. Keeps the nose forward. Through the S-turns. Look at him slow up, though. And we're being told that that was not the only time he had trouble through the S-turns. We'll take a closer look at the car, but he does come through and he manages to finish all 3 times. Yes, he does.
It's good when you can finish all 3 times. And even though he has a 28.146, he is consistent.
Here's Arlo with Arlo Racing, and he's in a Mercury Cougar. He finished all 3 times. That's very impressive. And he's scooting along, drifting, and another. Boy, this wild cartwheeling after the drift slows him up, but here he comes to the S-turns. And watch this. Race fans, look at how fast he accelerates back to full speed down the runway. This was his 3rd run, and his last run was his fastest.
And he
comes a 25.807.
He comes in with a time that's identical to Mr. Dark.
Yeah, what are the odds of that? Our last racer of the day. Okay, race fans, this is just in time, and he is with Fool's Errand Racing. He's driving that Ford Escort RS2000. Oh, nice drift, although now he's backwards. Let's see if he does the same thing JB does, and obviously it's his fastest time. So here he goes, backwards down the runway. Oh, he sets himself up nicely around the big U. And he spins it around and twirls through.
Just in time, comes through and clocks a 27.257. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes day 1 of the time trials, and the first 11 drivers are ordered according to their finish time.
Don't go very far, because tomorrow is day 2 of the time trials, and the next 11 drivers will get a chance to see where they seed according to their competition. We're going to leave you with our majestic Berkshire locomotive in the heart of the Colorado Mountains.
Are you tracking?